Another PSA for Plex, Apple Watch hypertension detection approval, and the Apple Sports app. This is MacVoices. This edition of MacVoices is supported by Insta360 and their new Insta360 X5 flagship camera. Visit store.insta360.com and use the promo code MacVoices to get a free invisible 114cm selfie stick worth $24.99 with a standard package purchase. Limit first 30 standard package purchases only. Well, let's get to some actual things, some actual news here. And unfortunately, we start out with another PSA, as we do. This one, though, is sort of a repeat. Plex apparently has had another data breach, and they are again emailing their customers and saying, please change your password. So if you haven't done it already with some of our other notifications about the other data breaches, maybe this is the one that'll make you do it. There's not a lot of information surrounding these. If you don't have anything on your Plex server that you don't want somebody to see, I still would change it. But if you do have something on your Plex server you don't want anybody to see, definitely change it.
So, Chuck, I will be totally transparent with you. I haven't been following a lot of news over the past several days, excuse me, because I just haven't had the brain power or the energy. So is this separate from the Plex data breach that we got emails for, a couple weeks ago?
Jeff, the article I threw in the chats is dated September 9th. And my understanding is this is the second one. The first one, there was a general notification, but the second one I understood there to be, in fact, I received one. I received an email directly from Plex saying, change your password. Now, I haven't seen another one, so I don't know if this was just late reporting. I think that link was from 9 to 5. But as I understand it now, that there have been 3. And if that's incorrect, then it's just a repeating of the second one. But one way or the other, change your password.
And don't reuse passwords.
No. Do not reuse passwords. We do this so often. I know people get tired of it, but password management and password hygiene is just unbelievably important. So
we should all just switch passwords instead of having to make them up. Just, I'll take yours, Jeff. You can take mine.
We're recycling. This is green security. I'm on board.
Even better, just go passwordless. Just use MFA technology.
Right, and then we have to do stuff like trade off retinas.
No.
Well, or Brian, you took it right out of my mouth in our private chat. Passkeys. Yeah.
Yep.
Passkeys. So
just put the passwords in the freezer.
There you go. Problem solved.
And if you don't understand that reference, you didn't get here early enough, you will have to hear about it in After Dark. If you want to hear about it. The next one is just almost more of a note than anything, but since the announcement last week, apparently the FDA has cleared Apple for the hypertension monitoring on the new Apple Watch. So, that's good. That's a good thing. Definitely, it happened that fast. I have to wonder if maybe Apple was hoping it would get done before the announcement, and the FDA just drug their feet a little bit. And now it's afterwards. But bottom line is, it's there, and now everybody that doesn't know that they have hypertension will be told that by their watch that they do. And then some of us can say, "Welcome to the club."
I wouldn't doubt if they wanted to have it after the announcement, so that way they wouldn't. They would have a little bit of a stage presence on there for that. A lot of times they have all of the regulatory stuff happen after the announcements.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. Norbert, I never knew if that had to do with the filing to try to keep it quiet, although this seems to have been one of those poorly kept secrets. But at the end of the day, it's there. But the funny thing is, I was talking to, believe it or not, a waitress at a restaurant earlier this week, and she was telling me that I guess her kids got the Apple Watch, and she was really excited about it. And she was, explaining to me all the things it could do, the monitoring for the AFib and everything. And she just was overjoyed with that. And I said, well, if all goes well, you'll have hypertension alerts in a short amount of time. Because I believe she got it an 11, or excuse me, a 10. And so, people are becoming more and more aware, I think, of this. And maybe kids are getting them for their parents or the older members of their family. It's just, at this point, it's a no-brainer because the cost of an Apple Watch, you can't go to the doctor and get 2 tests for that price. And this is with you all the time. Oh, Brett in the chat room says he just changed his Plex password. Good for you, Brett. Our job is done here. Good night, everybody.
You can turn on multi-factor authentication for your Plex account, and so do it because it's another layer of protection.
Yeah, good point. So Brian, I always come to you for this. The sports app got an update on the iPhone. Have you looked at this? Have you tried it?
You know what? I have not gotten a chance, but I'm looking forward to it because I do use the sports app a lot. It's the sports app that, it doesn't have a ton of ads in your face. It has a nice clean interface. One of the recent updates that it had a while back was the live updates on your screen. And also it now includes, when available, if a game is nationally shown on a network or streaming service, you can click on it and it'll tell you what network it's on, which can be helpful as well. So those types of things, it's one of those things that just keeps on getting better and better. So I haven't gotten a chance to read this or look at the update yet, but I'm glad to see how supported it is. It seems to be getting regular updates.
I did try it. And yeah, the widgets are pretty awesome. I mean, much more cleaner than some of the other apps I've had to show sports scores, like showing the Cubs game. Cubs are winning 4-1. It is a lot cleaner, and I agree with Brian. I every time I see updates on this app, I said more and more I'm going to make it my default.
What's pretty interesting is today I was using it, but I wasn't using it on my phone. I was using it in the car. CarPlay automatically popped up. The Padres are playing the Mets today, losing to the Mets right now. And all of a sudden on my screen, it just pops right up. It was a live activity without me doing anything.
Right.
I was able to kind of keep up with the score of the game. And there it is on my CarPlay screen. Pretty interesting.
I actually have one complaint.
Brian?
My complaint is that it seems to be too efficient sometimes, or my internet connection might be too slow, because when I'm watching sports, sometimes I'll get the update and it'll be a touchdown for the Packers, and then I'll look on TV and then the Packers score their touchdown after.
I did that. Yep.
As a Bears fan, you get to be disappointed twice then.
Yeah, not so much scoring going on there. No.
Well, different pathways are different. Like, don't try listening to MLB games on your phone. If you're at the game, they're like a minute late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even cable TV. If you
cable TV can be different.
If you, I can have one cable TV in one room coming through one of their boxes, and then another one just coming in almost as raw cable, and there can be a good 30 to 45-second difference, if not more. So it is amazing that you do have to be careful as to what you don't want to have a spoiler for. Today's Mac Voices is brought to you by the new Insta360 Go Ultra. the tiny 4K camera that goes everywhere with you. Why carry a camera when you don't need to? Forget heavy rigs, tangled straps, and bulky bags. The Insta360 Go Ultra is so small, so light, you'll forget it's even there until you see the incredible footage it captures. You might forget it's there, but it will capture everything so you don't miss anything. Whether you're climbing, biking, running, or just living life, the Go Ultra slips into your pocket, clips to your gear, or mounts almost anywhere. No setup headaches? Just hit record and let the built-in stabilization do the work, keeping every shot smooth no matter how wild the action gets. But small size shouldn't be confused with lower quality. With upgraded 4K video, longer battery life, and creative modes like hyperlapse, slow motion, and time-lapse, the Go Ultra turns everyday events into cinematic stories you'll actually want to share. Editing is quick and seamless with Insta360's tools, so your moments go from camera and capture to highlight reel and social media in minutes. So why carry more when you can do it all with less? Don't let your old gear weigh you down. Make the switch and go Ultra. Visit store.insta360.com and use the promo code MacVoices at checkout for your free set of sticky tabs. That's store.insta360 and the promo code MacVoices for a free set of sticky tabs, first 30 purchases only. Thanks to Insta360 and the Go Ultra for supporting this week's MacVoices. Dave, you brought this one in, and I do think it bears just a little conversation, and that is that it's looking like TikTok may be good to go in the U.S., the only problem is that it seems like the algorithm continues to be managed from China.
Yeah, well, without getting too political, I mean, I think our president's going to be meeting with the Chinese president to negotiate through the whole thing. And I frankly have been kind of tired of seeing it being renewed. We're letting it go for a few more weeks, and it just kind of crazy to where this is going. Interestingly enough, though, is Oracle. Larry Ellison and his company is pretty heavily involved with this. That was mentioned. So you got the backings of quite the database company in Oracle to help with those algorithms, and hopefully that it does that. I mean, I occasionally watch it TikTok. I want to get more so just potentially putting stuff from my podcast on there, but it just, you can't ignore all the eyeballs that are on that service. It could be millions upon people that are on there all day long, and have livelihoods on it too. That I can see why the government is trying to push to keep it going, because it makes money. It's helped the political arena. It's helped so many other people publicity. So I guess I could see why it has this need, or they want to keep it going. But the U.S. passed this law that we don't want companies like that to be held with China that could cause problems with privacy. And but I'm kind of glad to see it. I mean, I think it's an important place on social media these days. Not everybody likes it, but that's the way it goes.
Anyone?
All right.
Wow. Okay.
I say, come on, Jeff.
I was going to say it's a political ping pong ball.
It is.
Okay, Jeff?
Yes, it's a political ping pong ball. I will not believe a deal has been reached and signed until after it's been implemented. Until then, there's just been too much milk toast about this whole thing, and regardless of whether or not you think TikTok should be allowed in the United States, regardless of how you feel about where servers might be hosted, anything around that, we're at a place right now where, gosh, I really don't want to get political. The United States is not in a strong position with negotiating for TikTok anymore, because it's been strung out for so long without anything actually happening. I question whether the people involved in the process will take threats or the threat of repercussions seriously at this point. So what I'm hoping is that the information we're getting is accurate and that there will be a deal struck so that this can get resolved and out of the way, because there are a lot of people that are relying on services like TikTok, and there needs to be a resolution. Either it's fine or it's not. Let people sort it out after that and move on.
The only thing that still bothers me, Jeff, and again, I'm going on the article that was thrown in and also some reports I was listening to today, is that the algorithm continues to be controlled by China. And so the concern doesn't seem to be quite as much about privacy at this point as the idea that China can, at least theoretically, manipulate the algorithm to promote or show the things that they want highlighted from a political or an economic standpoint.
You know, if we're going to go down that path, and I appreciate the concern, maybe instead of saying, well, I'm worried about China doing this, maybe we should look at it from a different perspective and say, well, I'm really concerned about how social media platforms do this. Maybe we should address how all the platforms are being used to manipulate viewers, as opposed to saying, oh, just this one is bad. And I say that without trying to pass judgment on any of them, but we do know it's the business model. You need to hook people in and keep them in your platform, and that's what all of these are trying to do. So maybe we should address that, and then the concern about, well, what is China doing with the algorithms, gets addressed as part of that as well, because it's not just China we need to worry about when it comes to manipulating algorithms to gain whatever outcome some specific person or organization wants.
Your point is very well taken. I'm thinking back to when Elon Musk, had his engineers promote his tweets above President Biden's. And then there's the little matter of Facebook doing some of the things that they've done multiple times over the years. And so I guess maybe just because it's a nation state actor is what concerns me. Maybe just a little more than the others, but not a lot more, just a little more, because all the others are somewhat nefarious too.
You know, there was a time where I would consider a nation state in this space, in this context, a bigger threat. But look at the other players. For this sort of context, they might as well be nation states because they are so big and so powerful and have such a large audience.
Fair point. Fair point. Eric, you're sitting looking very thoughtful.
Yeah, I'm really carefully trying not to say anything.
Well, that just makes me want to force you to say something, Eric. So,
yeah, it's. I mean, social media in general is difficult. It's difficult to regulate. It's difficult to make money off of it in a way that lets you keep any of your morals. So, there are many, many, many strategies. I disagree with a whole lot of them. But David's right. Stretching this out forever, I think you said that too. Stretching this out forever pretty much has removed any benefit of trying to do anything against TikTok. And basically nobody believes it's going to go away. So whatever they come up with, whatever deal they come up with is not going to actually solve any of the problems. It's just going to kind of push things out of the way, give power to somebody else maybe, or share it amongst a couple of people. It's not likely that everything is going to be out in the open and up front. who ends up making money out of whatever this change is. And then you still have the problem of who gets to see, manipulate, and benefit from all of the data being sucked out of the use of this platform. And it's distracting from other platforms such as Facebook, for instance, or X, or even Blue Sky, I guess, to some extent, with their strategies of how they're kind of trying to maintain oversight and trying to automate it and having it not quite working correctly. I don't have a good solution, which is why I didn't really want to say anything. I'm just unhappy with all of the solutions that are out there. Well, except for Mastodon, of course. I'm on Mastodon, so it must be okay.
Eric, the one social platform that I'm currently happy with is Grouse and Bart. No, wait, that's the pub I like to go to.
Isn't that kind of a social media? I mean, that's the original.
It's my favorite social media
platform.
platform. Yep, I sit up at the bar and they're like, "Jeff, do you want the same as last time?" Which is both heartwarming but also concerning because they know what I drink.
So your privacy is being violated.
Yeah, I suppose in a sense they have set cookies because they already know what I'm going to drink when I come in.
It's like going to the coffee shop and having the 4 cups of coffee sitting on the counter,
right,
before you order, or when you order your BLT, they say, "Are you sure you don't want to order that without chips? And do you want half the bread?" Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, thanks for remembering. There's a coffee shop I used to go to, and I was in it was in a mode where it didn't matter what the temperature was. I just wanted a nice chai with oat milk. The holiday season rolls around, and they gave all of the regular customers holiday greeting cards, and they were addressed not to your name but to your drink. Every single one of us did our own drink each time. So I got an envelope that said iced oat milk chai.
Nice.
So you're being tracked. Doesn't matter where you go, Jeff, you're being tracked.
It doesn't matter where I go. Someone is watching.
Yeah.
Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.